All right. Deciding game. Game 3. 1-1. Exciting.
Very exciting.
It is quite good for Stefan to be on the play. I mean, if you're mono red, you always want to be on the play. So I think this is going to be a close race. Do you know if you play the artifact deck, at which turn you kill on average?
Well, it's I think turn 5 should be the turn you kill on
Hmm.
average, I think.
Which is
Sometimes
uh, which is not fast enough because I can imagine mono red is faster than turn 5 if they have no defense and the artifact basically doesn't have much defense.
well, on average I guess Paul is very faster than I am, but I think I think turn 5 is probably the if I killed my opponent then it was maybe around turn 5. There were insane there Paul's deck can produce insane turns. Turn
Yeah.
1 or turn 2 kill even. Combined with fast bond and the like.
Here we
Just
see
insane
not the optimal start in form of a 2 damage to your face because I don't know where is it going anyway, right? We might just
Oh
cast it
yes.
now. There is a like a possibility to save it to make a creature from the pyromancer, but that would mean that you don't play the Punisher Zotsu on turn 3, which is what you definitely want.
Yeah, he
And
just wants to be efficient here.
probably you won't need it later. It might be worth to save it, but I don't think it's just bad to play it now.
Well,
I mean,
there's for creature wise, there's Trinket Mage and Baleful Baleful Strix. I think those
yeah,
are the creatures that Paul
which
plays.
are both annoying, but you have some options in your hand as well, so might as well. It would be sad in the end to get your opponent to 2 life and have one less mana than you need.
Yes, that's true.
So
But
right
then you would
now,
maybe the Pyromancer token has the same value as the well.
it's just a bit slower. Like if you expect to kill on turn 5, it's definitely better to do it the other way around. That you play it later if you have all your spells, if you own reduction spells. But if you expect to draw maybe another 3 drop, then it's better to play it before. And I think that the deck actually plays quite some 3 drops, like maybe 6 or 7 and some 2 drops. Ooh, Paul has some interesting decision. Of course, what could possibly come when there's a Zotsu the Punisher entering the board? All the fetch lands in the world. It's like
All the fetchlands.
sometimes you just feel like your whole deck contains of fetch lands. Like you just draw them. You play a fetch land, look for a land, and there's another fetch land.
Yeah, but I mean, two of his Paul's three lands are basically no cards. Wasteland is no card, and the fetchland is not really worth playing.
Yeah,
And right now, his line of play is probably Sylvan Scrying, and then get Academy, play the Academy, play Thoughtcast, right?
yeah, that seems pretty decent. And his hope now is to draw one good card with the Thoughtcast at least, so he knows what to do with his Enlightened Tutor.
Mm,
Because if he draws like maybe a Candelabra, maybe a Time Twister, he can use the tutor for something that makes mana. If he draws mana, he can look for something that combos off. So I like his position depending on the 2 cards.
yeah, it has potential, definitely, the hand.
And if he just blanks on 2 cards, it actually looks pretty bad because he drops down to 10 on the next turn, which means there's already like 8 damage in Stefan's hand in form of creatures and spells. There's
Yeah.
also tokens and more damage from land drops. So this is very important.
Yeah, Stefan doesn't require any good draws anymore. He has everything he needs to kill his opponent.
Which is a nice position.
Yeah, obviously. Well,
It's
I
like this position when you have a hand, it's like I have a spell that I can't cast, I need one more land, so I'm fine with either land or either spell.
mm. Well, Paul just wants infinite mana at this point. I mean, he has the draw spell in hand. He wants the rings.
Yeah. Come on,
That's
just infinite mana.
Just infinite mana.
It
Well,
can't be that hard.
but you get a fetch land and fast bond. The
Oh,
troll is real.
oh no. Ah, the fast bond. Do you want to play more lands for 3 damage each? It's like the shady dealer you should never accept. Hey, I
Yeah.
have some magic cards in my coat. Do you want some? Only 3 damage each. Sounds appealing. Well, the question now for Paul should be, does he want to tutor for something?
Well, I think the rings that copy the ability of Deserted Temple get
Mhm.
him the infinite mana. But he's dead next turn, so that's or he's probably dead next turn. I
So
think
if
he
he doesn't have a white mana, right? So the only way he can actually play the tutor is
he has
to
Azoria
tap
Signet.
the, yeah, but he also need, like, he wastes a mana for this. So if he looks for something, he has the Academy and the Tropical Island left, for example, which means 4 mana in total if he plays a land. So he plays the rings, and then it doesn't give him infinite mana. Maybe the fastball
Yeah,
actually does something.
yeah, but if he plays the on upkeep now, he plays the tutor for the rings,
Yeah.
then plays fast bond,
Then he has 2 mana of, like, okay, 2 mana.
plays his land. He
Yeah.
could go well, he could go to I think 3,
The
right?
problem is the
Or
fetch
4.
lands, because they deal
Yeah.
so much damage. If he plays the temple, he can play the rings. Then he's tapped out. But we shouldn't play the temple because he needs it to untap. And he needs the temple and 3 other mana to copy the ability. So
But he has
yeah,
2 green mana sources, right?
yeah,
So
he needs
he
two
taps
now
one
for,
for the Azorius Signet,
yes,
wastes a mana,
yeah,
draws the rings,
yes,
then plays Fastbond, plays Wasteland,
gets
taps the
goes to 8.
Wasteland, goes to 8,
Yeah,
then goes to 5, playing the Temple,
yes.
and then he has infinite mana with the rings.
No, because he needs the 2 mana for copying the temple right away. He doesn't have
So
the,
he needs to play another land, which is a
he,
fetch land.
yeah, and then it just it's just too much. So maybe the
Well,
only option would have been just to get something that makes mana, like a candelabra and brain gazier for a bunch, or now the option is to get something that he can draw with the brain gazier, but then he doesn't have any mana left. Difficult stuff. I think I would have liked to draw more cards. The problem is also that Candelabra takes away 1 mana for you because you have to do the white. Ah, that is so
the
mean.
Azorius Signet.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
so
But
mean.
now you have to waste your Brain Geyser to draw the card off of the tutor.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a winning play. It seems like a play that might survive the turn, but Paul knows that it's going to be ugly. Like, there needs to be something happening very good. And I guess, like, you have a decent chance because when you go for the Zoran Orb right now and you play Fastbone and Zoran Orb, which is already 66% of the combo, you might have a shot to go to the Crucible.
But the Crucible doesn't give him infinite life anymore
Exactly. And that's,
because of Zuzu.
uh, well,
So he needs Chain of Vapors. That's or paying life for Toxically Large.
probably the best draw is the Time Twister and then hope for something better. Like, survive this turn, possibly leaving Academy and Temple on the board, if that's possible, and then knock the deck, see what you draw.
Or
Hopefully,
Time Spiral, actually.
Time Store would be absolutely great
That would be a good draw. Would have been a
if he
good
can
draw.
cast it. So
Yeah, with Fast Bond, he could have cast it.
the problem is, I don't think Paul will survive this. Not only because of the split-second value of Sudden Shock, which about nobody ever plays around. I think just if we just erase the text on the Sudden Shock, it could be enough anyway, because the Sudden Shock deals 2, the Shard Body deals 3, that's 7 with the tokens, plus another 6 from the board. That's 13 damage, which means that Paul has to sacrifice 3 lands.
So all of his lands, but the academy, I guess.
Yeah, which
But then it's he's just dead next turn. So he just negates the Zuzu's ability basically with the Zuran Orb.
yeah, true.
So it doesn't help him to win, unfortunately.
Well, and that's the end for the artifacts.
The end of
The
artifact
end of all
decks.
artifacts.
Of all artifacts.
Well, hopefully Paul will it will be a sudden shock right now.
Yeah, I
Here,
mean, this is the only card that
this
does
is
not
so
let him
not split second.
react to
Look,
it, and it's
turning
really
over
bad
the
luck.
card slowly, like this card is killing you.
Well,
Yeah, you can see the sadness in Paul's movements. But
yeah, but still, those were great games.
great games, right? And that's it for the quarterfinals. Stefan winning 2-1.